Subnautica by Unknown Worlds Entertainment. Subnautica is an ocean-based alien survival game. You play from the first-person perspective, but it's definitely not a first-person shooter. You are a survivor of the spaceship Aurora, and you have to use what little technology you have in your life pod to stay alive and, if possible, find some way off this forsaken planet.
Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
Subnautica is a survival game, but is the first and foremost about the exploration and the story. Yes, you have to constantly worry about sources of food and water, and worry about being attacked by wildlife. But it's the strong and well-paced story that makes this game unique and well-loved. I will not give away too much of the plot, but in trying to survive, the character is driven deeper into the ocean and the mystery surrounding this planet. You explore beautiful and sometimes deadly biomes, discovering new technologies, building tools and vehicles to help your quest.
Subnautica balances all the elements of the game fantastically well. The story keeps the player moving on, but it always feels natural and never forced. For example, you get radio messages from the other lifeboats calling for help, and these naturally pull you into deeper waters. Sure, you could ignore them all, but finding others and sharing technology greatly improves your survival chances. This is just one of the many hooks the game uses to constantly push you forward through the story. By the end, you find it completely logical to explore lava-filled tunnels kilometres beneath the surface crawling with deadly beasts, because you need to get a certain widget.
The graphics are good, although not groundbreaking. The music is subtle but helps build the atmosphere. The diversity of the biomes is wonderful, with some of them being truly beautiful and others being as scary as hell. And talking about scary, some of the big sea creatures, such as leviathans, are truly things of nightmare, hunting you in the darkest depths of the sea. Not a game to play late at night before going to bed.
There's not much I don't like about Subnautica, but I will try to pick out a few things. There are a few times in the game where you can see the tiling problem with the ocean. The bigger monsters, particularly the ghost leviathans, often clip through the terrain, which spoils the realism.
The game doesn't have great replayability. Although it randomises your start position slightly, the game is still basically the same each time you play it. None of the previous negative points are really game breakers, and by any standard, Subnautica is a fantastic game. Its review status on Steam is overwhelmingly positive, with 96% of the 200,000 reviews being positives.
The game does play with your fears at times, so if you really don't like suspense and tension in games, you should give this a miss. But for everyone else, this game is an absolute blast, and is a shining example of how good a game can be when it's done right. Sam actually introduced me to this game, and I'm glad he did. I think it's quite simply fantastic, and one of the best games I've ever played. For me, it's 10 out of 10.
I have played this game for a while, but put simply, the leviathans are very scary and I do have mild thalassophobia. For me, it's a 7 out of 10. In terms of difficulty, it is a 5 out of 10.
Well, there's always the view.